It's giving Anita them messed up, making Leslie the lead in handing out the Winterfest tickets. And Kat and Eva, y'all have to be sisters because the desperation is running in the family. What's good, y'all? This is Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Beyond the Gates video. And in this one, I'm breaking down season 1, episode number 173. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my Beyond the Gates content and conversations. And this was a decent episode. Actually, I would probably argue that was a greater than decent episode if I'm going to be 100% honest, because there's a lot of meat in here. Like, I have so many notes and we're going to go ahead and talk about it. But at any given point, drop down in the comment section and let me know what you are thinking. I'm going to go ahead and start off with Kat and Eva and Kat, because while they don't actually have any direct run-ins in this episode, how similar these girls are or how they're navigating their romance stuck out to me like a sore thumb, because both of them are giving desperate and I hate it for them. Let's go ahead and start with Kat. Kat recruits Haley to help her keep her man in this episode. So she runs down on Haley at the country club, who is dining alone because she is still the social pariah and nobody likes her. And Kat's like, you know what? I could talk to my mom. I can go ahead and talk to my grandma and we could try to lessen this little isolation that you feel if you can help me. And Kat decides to go to her because she is the prime example, the shining example of what she feels like Leslie is, and ultimately what she feels like Eva is actually becoming. So if you can't beat them, join them, I guess. No, absolutely not. And then this is where Kat loses me, because you are recruiting Haley to help you keep your man because she's the one who has stolen a man from somebody before. But if a man can be stolen, then he actually was not yours. And while I don't actually like Haley at all, the best thing that she said was happy men don't stray. And it's convoluted in the context of how they're having this conversation, because Haley is trying to tell her girl, go ahead and fix all the cracks that are going on, because if there is no cracks, then the person can't get in. But the cracks are not in her control. That's the part of the conversation that we don't get to continue, because you're talking to a goofy trollop who is running game on Bill to try to kill him and take all of his damn money and has never really loved anybody up until Iziah, which we're going to get to because I feel like that's what's brewing over there with them. But you're asking for advice from this woman so that you can get into the mindset of women like this, when you should be, Kat, adjusting. If your man is susceptible to a woman like Haley, a woman like Leslie, a woman like Eva, then maybe he should not be your man, Miss Girl. And I love that when she was having a conversation with Tomas a little bit later, she tells him, like, maybe I'm going to go and talk to my mom about this because somebody needs to help you. Did you not get no conversation around desperation? And you know what? I can't even say because when I was growing up, child, I got no real sex talks. I got no real relationship talks. It was only leave them boys alone and that's it. Nothing in depth. Like, me and my mama had one interaction. And I'll share this a story time one day. Me and my mama had one interaction when I was in high school, and that turned me off, one, from hearing anything that she has to say, but it also put me in the perspective of where she was at. And she was so uncomfortable with even having a conversation that it never happened. So thank God that my ass was just naturally like a late bloomer, and I was so focused on sports and all of that I did not get distracted with boys until I was like well into college and like doing all of those things. But your mom is a damn therapist. Your mom talks to people for a damn living and doesn't have a problem having a conversation. So I'm just very confused how Nicole has Kat out here flapping in the damn wind when it comes to her self-worth in these romantic situations, and when it comes to navigating romantic situations specifically. And y'all might not see it, but I see it from a mile away, and I have been affirming that I'm going to listen to my damn intuition. When my gut tells me something, I'm going with it, because my gut do not be lying to me. I am in tune here. Tomas is giving young Ted. Kat looks like she is making the same mistake that her damn mama did, and ain't nobody going to tell me not. So you can don't even waste your time in the comment section telling me that that's not the case, or Erica, you that's a reach, just a stretch, because I'm fine. I stretched and I'm gonna go ahead and continue to reach for it. Remember that I told y'all this in episode 173's breakdown, because when we are in the thick of season 2, on episode 200 or 300 and things start to come out about Nicole and Ted at the very beginning, I would not be surprised if Nicole chased Ted the same way that Kat is putting herself in a position to chase Tomas's ass, and I hate it for her. I absolutely hate it for her. Now, Kat takes the advice that she gets from Haley and is so appreciative of it. She immediately calls Tomas so that they can have lunch, to which they do at the country club. And it's here that she reveals that things are going to be different, as if all of the problems that's going on in their relationship are all on her end, because that's how he has made her feel. especially given the last interaction that they have. She apologized for the last interaction that they had, talks about she don't want to be a crazy person and this, that, and the third. And he's just sitting there accepting all of the apologies, all of the grace, all of these things, where this girl is just laying herself at this stupid boy's feet as if she has to. Anyway, I hate this for her, but whatever. And she makes a statement, and this really stuck out to me, so I wrote it in my notes. She said, "You care enough to tell me hard truths." He does not. He really doesn't. He tells you hard truths because he is dangling himself as if he's the prize, and he enjoys nagging her in certain instances. And he also tells you certain things because he's actually into your sister, Miss Girl. The hard truths are a lot more nuanced than the criticism that Tomas has been offering her. Because yes, Kat does jump out the window and she can be emotionally erratic when it comes to Eva, and she could be valid in said feelings. And if her partner was not actually interested in Eva, he could navigate that a little bit better. He could have a clear understanding while also trying to reel her back and to calm her down. The way that Tomas moves is not that he is trying to make decisions or communicate critiques specifically because he wants Kat to be the best person that she could possibly be. He is trying to manage Kat as best as he can so he can continue to navigate his interest in her sister. And Kat can't see it because she has no damn romantic experience. She'd already given a cookie, specifically the virginity, to this man, which has changed everything. I have a video coming, y'all, talking specifically about the problem with virginity and when you give it away. So be on the lookout for that, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here so that you don't miss the moment that I post that video, because I've been working on it, and it's some things that need to be said here. Some things just need to be said. While the dinner seems very benign and it's just like a girlfriend apologizing to her boyfriend on the outside, to me there were so many blaring ass red sirens going off, and all it screamed to me is that Kat is just so desperate to make amends with this man who is creating problems with her around something that honestly don't have nothing to do with him. Her relationship with Kat or her relationship with Eva, or the lack thereof, actually don't have nothing to do with you, except for the fact that you engage with Eva as well. Strike one. And seeing her willing to bend in the ways to like meet this man where he's at, and he doesn't have to do little to nothing. She had to bend when it comes to their sexual prowess and like how they navigate their sexual chemistry or the lack thereof in the beginning. She's had to always be the one to apologize. He literally slept with her sister while he claimed that they were actually on a break, or he thought that they were on a break within the same like 24 hours of the fight that specifically caused the break. Like, no. And it sucks because Kat, as a character who has so much ambition, who has so much self-confidence when it comes to career, when it comes to style, when it comes to personality, to see her have such a deficit or even be in a negative when it comes to navigating romances is like the worst, but it's also very, very relatable. So I can't even say that it's inauthentic. It just really stuck out to me exactly how desperate Kat is and how she's clinging to this man specifically. And Tomas don't have to do little to nothing in a relationship. She's willing to do it all. And it might not be a blaring red flag or red sirens for y'all, but it is for me when this type of stuff pops up, and life is the best teacher in that. You have to be able to meet people with reciprocity in relationships where there's quote unquote supposedly love there. If there's no reciprocity, there's actually not any love there. If there's no true consideration on both ends, there's no actual love there. If there's no effort from both parties, there is no actual love there. And it doesn't matter how much you give. It doesn't matter how much you sacrifice. It doesn't matter how much you say. It don't matter how much cootie cat you throw. You will not be the one to be able to usher yourself by yourself into a healthy relationship or a strong relationship by your actions alone. Now, I'm going to go ahead and jump over to Eva because I'm calling Kat and Eva desperate in this episode. And the crazy thing is that Eva's desperation is a little bit more nuanced. So when I point this out, y'all going to be like, all right, Erica, now you reach it. And I'm going to tell you again, I don't give a damn because I stretched. Here, Eva told me that she was desperate when she got her ass up and walked over to Iziah when he entered Orpheus. She immediately went to that man. Now, we can actually have this conversation in the comment section because some of y'all might not agree with it, but Again, life has taught me better. Yes, you are interested in this man. Yes, you feel a vibe that this man is interested in you. So what is stopping you from keeping your ass planted in this booth and letting that man come to you when he sees you there? It told me everything that I needed to know about Eva and how she's going to navigate this Iziah relationship by her jumping her ass up, making sure her mama didn't go and say anything as well, and being so hyped to go and speak to this man. Girl, let the man come to you. You look stunning. You are actually a decent, well, I actually think that you're a terrible person tied to your terrible ass mama. But underneath all of that, if you could shake your goofy ass mama, you could be a lovely young lady. Why do you need to now throw yourself at men? Why? Because she's desperate. Okay, thank you, class. Again, we can have that conversation in the comment section if y'all actually want to. If you want to go to bed, I know the Eva lovers love to clap back at my ass when I'm talking about Eva. I'm actually giving her a little bit of credit here of like, she needs to have a little bit more self-respect of herself. And that will better set her up for navigating this thing with Iziah, because Haley's on the other end. And yes, she don't know about Haley, who's coming for Iziah herself, but she's about to go to battle with another woman for another man. And at some point, y'all, we gotta take the help of the damn universe. Hell, God, if you will, whatever you damn believe in. Sometimes things are happening the way that they're supposed to happen, and we gotta not be so damn proactive. We gotta not be so damn willing to jump our asses out there and sit and watch certain things play out. Had she let this man come to her, she could better assess exactly how interested he is. And it's not to play any type of games or anything like that. It's just to be able to assess the situation. A lot of times women, as we're navigating certain things, or at least at the very beginning, we are so willing to approach, so willing to plan dates, so willing to give up the cat, so willing to do all of the things that we build a relationship with a person, or an exchange with a person, or a situationship with the person that feels just so connected and so real. And then when it starts to crumble, or when things start to get shaky, and when you realize that you don't have any more to give in this moment, and this man is already used to not doing the things that you have been doing, then that's when you actually get to see all of the damn cracks. But then by then your ass is already hooked. You done fell in love, and then now you thinking that you need to jump over hoops and do this and the third to keep certain things going. It's like you done put yourself in a toxic ass trap, Miss Girl, when all you had to do is believe in yourself from the very beginning and let certain play out. Let the men show you who they are. Let the men tell you who they are by their actions. But I done got on my damn my soapbox. So let me get down. Kat and Eva are desperate. That is my TED talk about them in this episode. Aside from that, before Iziah comes in, Eva's just sitting there with her mama, who gets a box from Anita holding the Winterfest tickets, because she is now supposed to address them to the guest list provided. But she, of course, with her delusional self, Leslie takes it upon herself to start vetoing people that she don't like Anastasia, and giving her Anastasia's ticket over to Jan, her good girlfriend, who is also making a case to Mona to try to get her to be friends with Leslie again. And Mona is standing on business, as I expect that she would. We love you down, Mona, for that, because absolutely the hell not. Mona said, I will not ever, by choice, by my own volition, be in your presence ever again. Yeah, that ship has sailed and sunk, ho. Absolutely, Mona. We actually love you for that. I have a video coming talking about Eva and Leslie. So I love the direction that they're going and setting the tone with them. That's like having this little lunch. And Leslie is so busy now getting the attention that she feels like she has deserved or wanted from Anita, that we're going to see their relationship even out a little bit, especially because she's not actually committing any type of like goofy ass plan right now. But I still think that Eva needs to move in the direction of distancing herself from her mama, and it's going to be her other relationships as she's trying to navigate society that's going to really show her that. But again, I have videos coming to expound upon that, y'all. We are almost to the end of season 1. Season 1 ends on episode 200, y'all. And we are like within a month of getting in. And I'm just like thinking about all of the things I want to talk about from this season. And if you have any questions that you have, or any videos that you think would be great if I made, or something that you want me to talk about, let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, back to the damn breakdown. Caroline, step your ass up, because I'm going to go ahead and make this real quick. I don't like you. I'm never going to like you. And I don't give a good goddamn what you say, ho. Ho, the things you lied about. Caroline disgusts me so bad. And I can't even say I've been trying to see it for her, because I haven't. But at the start of this episode, we get to see her catering to Bill, trying to hand him tea because Haley done got her on the damn plan of Bill's health. So T. Bill and Tomas are in his office working, and she makes a point of like, oh, you weren't, that's when you weren't paying enough attention to your wife, talking about how he did Dani, and she was there front row. But then you also be advocating for Haley, but you know that he was wrong. But then you like, oh, if you do that to her, she's going to leave because she's not like Dani. What is your point? Like, I think that they just be using Caroline to say shh, and she don't really have no true directive. And she's doing it under the guise of like wanting to support Bill and be of support to the decisions that he's making, but also now trying to like double down on her support of Haley, but to articulate that you know how he did Dani, but you was also talking big cash in previous instances about Dani, as if Dani was the problem, as if Dani is the issue, as if Dani is damn delusional. It really pissed me off real bad. And this is where I actually will fully write Caroline's off. I never liked her from the beginning because I didn't trust her little shifty ass. But when she said this and she confirmed that she knew like what was going on in Dani and Bill's relationship, and she watched it play out, and now she's trying to get active to prevent it from happening within the Bill and Haley relationship. Ho, stand down still. Continue to stand down, because that's clearly what you did before. And you run around here constantly singing the praises of Haley. It's not what your ass get paid for. Why don't you go file a damn brief or something? Set up a process server. Let me go ahead and move on, because I said I was going to make it quick. Can't stand Caroline's ass. Okay. Next. How Haley navigated a conversation with Kat to me was just so funny, because while we know that she's here to extract money from Bill and now unalive him, she also still plays the role of like wanting to be a part of society. And it's just like the hopes of getting a morsel of something thrown to her. Kat dangles over her head like, oh, we're gonna welcome you in if you can actually help me. And she's having a conversation about how to prevent Kat from losing her man. But at the start of that, when Kat just steps up and she's like, yeah, you can help me because you actually do this, she's like, I wouldn't know anything about being a home wrecker. Haley, it's giving bipolar, baby girl. It's giving multiple personality disorder for me, because you deliver these things too believably, and you switch in and out of personas, and I'm like, is there something mental happening here? Not really sure, but that's what actually came up for me when I'm watching her. Now, her interacting with Kat is not even the most interesting that we get to see from her in this episode. It's her in this unbridled and almost animalistic pursuit of Iziah. She's just so cold. When she sees Iziah, she wants to jump up, but Kat interrupts initially, and then after Kat leaves, now she's free to go ahead and approach, because also Jacob leaves. And I'm just like, girl, you're being greedy at this point. Do you want the money, or do you want some young tenderoni hunching? Which one is it? Because it's very much so given that you're not going to be able to have both, but it's also given that you're being pulled into this. And then Randy also calls to like interrupt her and is like, where we at? What's going on? She's like, well, I am on a little side quest real quick. And it's just like, girl, the narrative is already out that you cheating with Randy, that he had to walk back. Now you're going to go and find yourself somebody to actually cheat with, while also still trying to unalive Bill. Like, you just have entirely too much dip on your chip, Haley. And honestly, this is probably for the best, because maybe that will be her undoing. Maybe it won't be Dani figuring out what her plan is. Maybe it won't be Naomi figuring out what her plan is. Maybe it will be her unraveling under the weight of all of the balls that she has in the air, because she's trying to do entirely too much, and she will not be able to keep all of it undercover. There's no way that she will be able to. Now, what's most interesting to me in the Haley and Iziah interaction is that it feels like Iziah is also interested in Haley. And he makes a comment when he's talking to Eva about how when somebody's unavailable, it can make them even more attractive to the person. And I'm just like, so what you saying? What you saying, Jacob, little brother? What you saying? Because yes, we know that you have an interest in Eva, but it's also giving you're clocking the interest that Haley has in your ass, and her ass is unavailable and being a married woman. But maybe that is going to pique your interest even more because she's unavailable, and you're going to be honest about it, but you just honest to a person who don't even know to clock it. Iziah, I fear you are giving trouble. And somebody asked me in the comment section, Erica, why don't you trust this man? Exhibit A. Exhibit A. I don't know where to put him yet, y'all. And if y'all have already decided because you know that his ass is fine, then that's between you and whatever you got going on. But my discernment is set up a little bit different than that. And I like to caution myself. And again, listen to my good ass gut. Now, this is all happening at Fairmont Crest, but over on the West Coast, the left coast. Sometimes people say the West Coast, baby. I can't call it. I do live here. I do love it here, but I can't call it. Dani and Andre on day one of their honeymoon and enjoying it. And I just love all of the scenes that they give us with Dani and Andre. Somebody also said in the comments, and I owe y'all a chow in the comments where I can respond directly to some of these comments. It's coming. Again, subscribe so that you don't miss it. But somebody said in the comments that all Dani and Andre do is hunch. And I was just like, so did y'all miss all of the conversations? Because the hunching is one thing. They definitely have great sexual chemistry and they exercise that as they choose because they're adults and can do so, consenting adults at that. But the sexiest thing about Andre and Dani are that they can be honest with each other. Honest in a way that most people will never even know. Vulnerable in a way that most people are scared to be with anybody else. Because sometimes it gets scary in life, and being fully seen for who you are, flaws and all, mistakes and all, is not the easiest thing to damn do. And we get another one of those conversations here. Andre reveals to her that he had a conversation with Ashley before she left, and Ashley wants him back, but he chose her and he's choosing her. And this is no longer a rebound relationship. This is a full-on real marriage. Everything that he wanted in her, and he knows that now. And if anything, the whole conversation with Ashley just confirmed that for her. And I'm just watching and all like, yes, my babies. Yes, I love them so much together. And Dani goes as far as to say that she loves how honest they are with each other. Now, y'all have been bringing it back in the comment section because, again, I have been looking. I owe y'all a couple videos to the comments about how Dani has not revealed that she had the kiss with Bill. And yes, however, that was back when they decided that they would be able to engage with other people if they wanted to. And it was well before they got to the place that they are now. So technically, even if it comes up later and he finds out about it, I don't think it would be a deal breaker for him because of the context in which their relationship was in. And they are both falling heavier, deeper right now. And that they're like doing a really great job of tracking the progression of their relationship by articulating their feelings to one another. So yes, y'all are not wrong in that Dani has not revealed the last kiss that she had with Bill to Andre. But I don't think that that's going to be a damn deal breaker, even though she is getting plenty of opportunities to reveal it herself. But honestly, after watching this episode, or specifically their scenes in this episode, I feel like Dani don't even remember it because she is just so enamored and she's so in it with Andre. Andre being vulnerable about losing his family, and honestly, I think that Dani looked at it like this is the perfect place where she can fit because it's something that she does well, and like building family and building community and like being the person that somebody can lean on. She does it naturally, but in this case, she's not having to do it by also sacrificing the other things that she loves for herself. That is, I think, what was a changing point for her. And she has felt very vulnerable and very raw with Andre, but it wasn't until he revealed his triggers, his deepest pain, and his hurts that she could actually grab onto him in a way that he has grabbed onto her. And in the whirlwind that has been the force the creation shoe is on, then it's back off, and her feeling like she's being able to truly see him and understand him in ways, whether he articulates his feelings or not, and being able to push him to do so. I honestly think that she just has forgotten about a bunch of the things that happened prior to them getting to this point. So I'm thinking less, or feeling less, like she is holding this information back from him with malicious intent, versus it just is not a point of contention or not something of importance anymore because she's so heavily focused on him. And this is confirmed for me because she has articulated how deeply she values how honest they are with each other. And that, in addition to speaking to, the state of where they are, but also what she hopes will continue, right? Like they will be able to continue to be honest and open with one another. And even as they're navigating that conversation, like about Ashley, she's like, so are you saying that you regret turning her down? And I love that she can even bring that up and he doesn't get defensive. He just literally like addresses it. And they do have like the healthiest relationship that I think that we see on screen, because they can navigate what could be potentially conflicting or contentious conversations with such ease, such honesty, and a lot of bravery, because I think that they are very honed in on each other's intentions, and their intentions are to love one another and not harm one another, and they're keeping that in mind as they have these conversations. I could talk about Dani and Andre all day, so I'm not gonna bore y'all, but that's what went down with them. Love them. Let's talk about little Jacob, Mr. Jacob, not little Jacob, because I love Jacob. Damn, I love Jacob. Between your wayward ass brother coming back to town to shake some up because he is giving trouble, okay? And your goofy ass father-in-law that had the nerve to ask you, did you cheat on his daughter, as if he isn't Captain Cheetah Hoe. I need Jacob to get a spa day. I need some of the most deplorable things, but the most satisfying things to happen to Jacob, because he deserves it. When I say deplorable, y'all, I'm not saying like heinous. I'm saying, y'all know what I'm saying. We grown. I need Jacob to get some kind of relief, because my God, everywhere he turns, Naomi is kicking his back in at home with her smart ass mouth every now and again. His brother is being his damn brother. Now he gotta play peacemaker there. And he's a great guy, so he's going to do it anyway, even though nobody's asking his ass to. And then he runs into his goofy ass father-in-law, whom he wants to be honest with, and like wants to it seems like he wants to build a rapport on like a bro to bro level, regardless of you not being the type of human being that he would actually want to associate with. You being the father of his wife gives you a certain position, gives a little bit more grace from his regard, and you have the nerve to be puffing out your chest, you better do right by my daughter. But he is doing right by your daughter, by this goofy ass family, by you at every turn. He is the man that you quite literally could never fathom being, Bill. So shut your ass up. Here. I like Bill for the most part, aside from his stupid ass relationship with Haley and how he did Dani wrong, because I think he's a very complex character. He's an intriguing character. Cool. But also not too much, because when I start to be reminded of you being a philandering ass loser cheat as well, I can easily get on your ass like I'm on Ted's ass. And then when you decide to take your ass up against Jacob as if you have any type of moral standing to be able to say anything to this man about how he navigates his marriage, you done got the game fucked up. And while Jacob won't tell you where to go and how to get there, Erica will in a heartbeat. Bill Hamilton, your goofy ass wife is running game on you. So when he reveals that your wife is taking birth control, he wants you to know, because it's not cool if y'all have different plans when it comes to kids, especially because that's something that he's experiencing. And he don't even tell you all of that, but he does so with genuine ass intentions, having that lived experience while also still protecting your daughter's damn privacy. And you still puffing out your chest because you know better. You just can't imagine why him and Naomi only see the negative when it comes to your wife. They see your wife for who she is versus who you are romanticizing her to be. And your ass going to end up casket sharp because you can't see her for who the hell she is. But that's a whole other conversation. You then get to spouting this goofy ass story that she done told you about the doctor gave her birth control to regulate her. That's not how that works. If she was having inconsistent periods and all of that, then yes, that would be regulating hormones in that regard. But no, sir, stupid. I cannot wait till Jacob runs back and tells Naomi this. And maybe Naomi has a conversation with Ashley, and Ashley's like, that's not how that works. That wouldn't actually be the case. But Bill, stay on your high horse. Keep being arrogant. You're going to arrogant your ass all the way into your casket. And I hope you enjoy it. The animosity that I just think that Bill should have way more reverence for Jacob, because he clearly knows, like he spoke to at the top of that conversation, how Jacob is a terrible liar because he's just a good man, an integrous man. So the way that I'm expecting Bill to know his transgressions in the past, I would be expecting him to treat Jacob with the utmost respect, because Jacob is quite literally the personification of the man that he will never be, ever. and a little respect is due, but he don't actually give that. And then Jacob takes it in stride, and I get it. Jacob is a very passive man. He's a very patient man. He made one statement, and I'm like, oh God, where are we going with this? He said he now understands how one event one precarious event can rock the foundation basically of a whole relationship regardless of how strong it is. And I'm like, oh my word, is this stuff actually getting to you? Even though I don't fully believe it is, but that feels like they were planting the seed there. But anyway, back to Bill's goofy behind, because again, Jacob is the man that you could never fathom being. So if anything, you should give him respect because your daughter got him. Talk about you need to make it right with her. Your daughter need to make it right with him because her ass is tripping a good portion of the damn time, Bill. But because you see what you want to see, including with your goofy ass wife who's trying to put you 6 feet under, you going to stay in your arrogant bag. You going to do what the hell you going to do. And we going to let you. Again, you're going to be casket sharp, and I hope you enjoy the ride. All right, y'all, I'm going back to Iziah real quick before we get out of here. I'm sorry the video was so long. I didn't realize it was going to be this long. But again, I feel like there was so much in the dialogue of this episode. So there, to me, was a lot to talk about. And I can't wait to see what y'all think in the comment section down below. I'm specifically going back to Iziah to talk about him bringing up Tomas to Eva. And ultimately, at the end of the episode, he's like, let's go somewhere more private so that we can talk about this. And it's, building on her desire of him. She's like, well, I'm not thinking about Tomas because there's somebody else who has my attention and he's better. And that is like the segue to them to go and talk about expanding upon their relationship, what they're going to actually do. Will this turn into sex? I don't know. I hope not. Eva, please don't be that damn easy. But I'm bringing up Tomas because even with him making a comment about when somebody's unavailable, it makes him a little bit more attractive. I'm wondering if this could also be something that he applies to Eva. If he knows that Eva is really into Tomas and wants Tomas, would that make her more attractive to him because he would be ultimately taking Eva from Tomas? Now, again, we don't know enough about Iziah just yet. We're still being introduced to him and how he moves and how he thinks as we watch him come back in and integrate into the Fairmont Crest society. But that was just so interesting to me. And then also how seemingly like strategic and calculated he has been in conversations. I also think that he very much so gives player vibes, and he's trying to suss out all of the weak points when it comes to Eva so that he knows what to do and what to say to get what he wants from her. I am really starting, I guess, to lean now into like Iziah is not a good guy. It doesn't matter how soft he speaks. It doesn't matter how even tempered he presents himself. It's given he is not the good guy. And the little nuances, like what he chooses to talk about, what he chooses to bring up, what he chooses to focus on in conversation, kind of starts to give that away for me. And I'm hoping that Eva doesn't just quickly fall for it simply because she wants a man. Because Lord knows. All right, those are all of my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. It's your good sis, you Let Us Talk TV with. Thank y'all so much for joining me for another Beyond the Gates breakdown, and I'll see you in the next one.